Okay, madam.
So let us see what is intruder, what is intrusion detection, password management. By this topic, unit 6 will be completed. So intruders. So the next topic is intruders. Intruders are the persons, human beings. So one of the most important threat to security is intruder. This may be people, virus, and inside people also can do harm. So intruder is a human being, and intruder can be a human being, intruder can be a virus. And intrusion is nothing but affecting your data, causing harm to your data. So one of the most important threat to security is intrusion, and intruder can be called as hacker or cracker. So intruder can also be called as hacker. Intruder can also be called as cracker. Cracker is nothing but people who crack your code. So people who crack your program, people who crack your code is nothing but cracker. Intruders another name is hacker. Intruders another name is cracker. Intruders can be person or can be virus also. So intrusion can happen inside, intrusion can happen from outside also. So intruders are three types. Masquerader, misfisher, clandestine user. Clandestine user, misfisher, masquerader. Three types of intruders. So intrusion is nothing but a threat to security. Intruder is a person or virus. We can call him cracker or hacker also. Cracker means people who is cracking your code. And the topic intrusion is a study done by Anderson. So Anderson identified three types of intruders. Intruder can be called as hacker, called as cracker. Cracker means people who are cracking your code. Intrusion is nothing but threat to security. This intruder can be human being or can be virus also. What are the three types of intruders we have? Masquerader, misfisher, clandestine user. So these three types of intruders are identified by Anderson. So what is the first type? Masquerader. Individual who is not authorized to use the computer and who pretends a system access control to exploit the legitimate user account. Masquerader is nothing but unauthorized user using your computer. Misfisher is nothing but user who has the access to data, program and resources and not authorized, such as misuses. He misuses his privileges. Means one user has the permission to access the program or data, but he is misusing. One fellow got the permission to access, but he is not actually genuine person and he is misusing his permissions. He is misfisher. Masquerader is the person who don't have access, who is not authorized even though he is trying to use. Clandestine user, who is an individual who seizes supervisory control of system and uses his control to avoid auditing and access control or suppress audit collection. So three types of intruders we have. These three types of intruders are given by Anderson. So masquerader, who is not an authorized user but is trying to be a authorized user. Misfisher, person who has the access to data, programs, resources but he is misusing that. Clandestine user is nothing but who is the supervisor who is doing auditing but he is not genuinely doing that auditing purpose. So next, intrusion techniques. So how a intrusion can happen? Password guessing is one of the intrusion technique. See, people can guess your password. See what they can do. One of the most common attack is password guessing. Attacker will log into your email or web page using passwords. He will guess the passwords based on the names you used. Your names, your pet names, your date of birth, he can try that. Or he can try from the dictionary, he can take the words. Or some default passwords or some bad words or phone numbers or last password you have used. All these the intruder will try. Intruder, nothing but hacker. of 3 types, and all this is identified by Anderson. Now intrusion technique is nothing but how the intrusion can happen. In that first technique is password guessing. So somebody can steal your password, somebody can guess your password, or somebody can imagine your password and they keep on trying. So they will log into your email or they will log into your website based on the last password you used, or your name, pet names, common words, or your interest, or your birth dates. So attacker will be guessing your password. Password guessing is nothing but attacker will be guessing your password. Password guessing is the common attack. Here attacker will log into your any account. How he will identify the password? He will try the default passwords. He will try short passwords. He will search passwords in dictionary for common words. Or intelligently he will try passwords associated with your names, birthday, phone numbers. He will search possible passwords. He will log in many times. He will do many attempts based on the password file. How can you stop the password guessing? By choosing the right password, you can stop this password guessing. And many surveys tell that password guessing is poor because he cannot guess correctly. If you use different password, attacker cannot guess. So password guessing is nothing but trying your password. It may be successful or may be unsuccessful also. Surveys tell that password guessing is poor if the user use correct password. So what is the final statement? Surveys tell that password guessing attack is poor if the user uses right password. So intrusion techniques, in that first one is password guessing, means the attacker will try all the possible ways of guessing your password. That can be stopped if you use different password. So next intrusion detection, password capture, means stole your password. So next intrusion technique is password capture. So password, what he can do while you are typing the password, he can watch, or he can use Trojan horse to collect your password, or he can monitor your system using telnet FTP commands, or he can record your login details. With some persons he may know your password. So password capture is also one technique. How the attacker can capture the password? He can see while you are typing the password. He can inject a Trojan horse to collect your passwords. He can monitor your system by logging into it with telnet. He can record your information, your user details, username, password, your last dialed telephone number, all these things. Or else he can send somebody to know your password also. And all these can be eliminated if you take some precautions. So intruders also called as hackers, and we have 3 types of intruders: masquerader, mispriser, clandestine user. So intrusion techniques are 2 types: password guessing and password capture. In guessing, he will try all the possible ways to guess your password, and it is not successful if you use right password. Password capturing, directly he will watch when you are typing the password, or he will send Trojan horse to your computer to collect the passwords, or else he will use the telnet command to remotely log in into your computer, or else he will send somebody to know your password and usernames. If you want to stop all these things, you need to be educated in taking precautions of setting passwords. People should be educated in taking precautions for setting passwords. So to stop all these things, intrusion detection is the best policy. So intruder is there. Intruder will use some techniques. So you can do intrusion detection to stop all these things. What is intrusion detection? Identifying the intruder. So how you can do that? If you identify the intruder, you can stop the attack. If you identify the intruder quickly, you can react quickly, you can stop the intrusion quickly. So why we need to do intrusion detection? You can reduce the damage. If you identify the intruder, if you detect the intrusion, then you can take the preventive measures and you can stop the damage. Identifying the intrusion, detecting the intrusion, stopping damage, all this can happen if you identify the intrusion immediately. So how you have to detect the intrusion? So there are approaches. There are 2 different approaches to detect intrusion. First one is statistical anomaly detection. First approach to detect the intrusion is statistical anomaly detection. So we have two different approaches. In that, first one is statistical anomaly detection. Here what you want to do, you need to collect the data and behavior related to the intrusion. So what are the secret passwords you are having? You need to collect the statistical data. So these are the three people we have: masquerader, misfeaser and clandestine user. You need to observe the behavior of these three people. You need to collect the data related to these three people. When the data is collected, we can stop the intrusion techniques by detecting it. So in that approaches for intrusion detection, we have two approaches. In that, first one is statistical anomaly detection. Means we are collecting the statistical information about collecting the data related to behavior of users. Who are the three users? Misfeaser, clandestine user and masquerader. So we are collecting the data, or we are collecting the information about that three users, and we are identifying their behavior. So by collecting people data, by identifying people behavior, we can understand how we can detect this intrusion. See, we can collect this based on two things. So first one is threshold detection, second one is profile based detection. So profile based detection is the activity to detect the changes in behavior of individual accounts. So to detect the changes in behavior of individual accounts, we are using one method to detect the changes in behavior of individual accounts, that is profile based. Then what is threshold detection? This is the approach for individual users. For individual users, we are using threshold detection. So approach for intrusion detection, first approach is statistical anomaly detection. Here we are collecting the data and analyzing the behavior. For that also we have two approaches, profile based and threshold detection. Profile based is nothing but we are taking the data and observing the changes in the individual account behavior. So next one, rule based detection. So second approach is rule based detection. Second approach for intrusion detection, that is rule based detection. So what we are doing in the first anomaly detection, you are collecting the data and you are observing the behavior, and individually you are observing the changes in individual accounts, that is statistical anomaly detection. Nothing but profile based detection or threshold detection. So here what we are doing involves the attempt to define set of rules that can be used to decide whether the given behavior is intruder behavior or not. So in rule based detection, we have a set of rules, and this set of rules are used to study whether the given behavior is intruder behavior or not. Only thing we can do in intrusion detection is collecting the data and studying their behavior and analyzing whether they are intruder or not. Same way in rule based detection also, we have the set of rules. Using that set of rules, we need to identify whether the given behavior is intruder behavior or not. So if you take x-axis and y-axis, and you have the general human being behavior and intruder behavior, you will find a overlap between these two. So if this is the curve of authorized user, this is the curve for unauthorized user, I mean intruder behavior. So by plotting a graph between x-axis and y-axis, if this curve is going to explain you the authorized user behavior and this curve is intruder behavior, there will be a overlap between authorized user behavior and intruder behavior. This is average authorized user behavior. This is average intruder behavior. The overlap between these two behavior will be identified, and we cannot easily understand who is the intruder. So two approaches we have: statistical anomaly, rule based. In rule based, we are using set of rules to identify whether the given behavior is intruders or not. This we can tell by plotting a graph between x-axis and y-axis, and this curve authorized user behavior. This is intruder behavior. There will be a overlapping between overlapping in the graph between the authorized user behavior and the intruder behavior. Because we always cannot differentiate intruder and authorized user because they act similar sometimes. So the overlapping between their behavior will be this is the overlapping, right? So this overlapping part, this will be the average point of intruder behavior, this will be the average point of authorized user behavior. So we cannot always differentiate who is intruder, who is authorized user. We cannot always differentiate who is intruder, who is authorized user, because intruder and authorized user will have some common points. So these are the approaches for intrusion detection. So approaches for intrusion detection: statistical anomaly detection, which is threshold detection or profile based detection. Second one is rule based detection. And finally, in a nutshell, we cannot expect always intruder should be like this, and we cannot expect always authorized user will be like this. There will be overlap in their behaviors. And finally, audit records. What you should do if you want to solve this, what you should do, you need to perform audit records. So you have intruders and you have types of intruders, and they are performing intrusion techniques. To stop that, we have done intrusion detection. If when it is not possible with the intrusion detection also, then you have to do audit records. So what is an audit record? It is the tool. Audit record is a tool. So for intrusion detection, we should have a tool. That tool is nothing but audit record. If you always collect the data and study the behavior of intruders, it may not be helpful always, because intruder behavior is matched with authorized user behavior. To solve that, because authorized user and intruder are having some common points in their behaviors, so to solve that, we are going for audit records. So audit record is a tool. Basically, we will have two types of audit records: native audit record, detection specific audit record. So what are the two types of audit records we have? Native audit record, detection specific audit record. So the behavior change is not observed. By behavior, we cannot differentiate authorized user and intruder. To solve all these problems in intrusion detection system, we have came up with audit records. Audit record is of two types: native audit records and detection specific audit records. What will happen in native audit records? Advantage of using this is no software is needed. We don't need to collect any data. We don't need to identify any behavior. No software is needed. So what will happen in detection specific audit records? Here information required for intrusion detection system is collected, and advantage is it is vendor independent. So these both are native audit records and detection specific audit records are mainly for recording the behavior or for performing intrusion detection. Both have some advantages and disadvantages, but advantages in native audit is we don't need to collect any data and study behavior, and we don't want any software also to do this. In detection specific audit record, it is vendor independence, means who want to do the audit record, that people wish they want to do or not. So detection specific audit record means vendor, people who want to identify the intrusion detection will be the vendor. So it is dependent upon vendor interest. So next one, distributed intrusion detection architecture. So if you see here, we have a wide area network. By this wide area network, using router, we are connected to a network. In that network, we have host systems. So central manager will be there, nothing but server. This server is also connected to wide area network. So distributed intrusion detection architecture. As we have seen before distributed firewalls, this is distributed intrusion detection. We have a wide area network, we have a server, and server is connected to this wide area network by manager module, and through router all the hosts in the network are connected, and that is the agent module. So central manager is a server, there we will have manager module. So in a network, when hosts are there we will have a agent module. So this is the distributed intrusion detection architecture. In a network, how you can detect the intrusion. If this is a network, in a network, how you can detect the intrusion. For that, you have the agent module in your network. manager module at server, and all these are connected with wide area network. WAN means wide area network. By wide area network through router we are connected in a network, and server is also connected to wide area network. Near server we will have manager module. Near the host in a network we will have agent module. By using all these devices we can identify the intrusion in distributed architecture. See, we will see implementation. So this is the implementation for intrusion detection. So this is distributed intrusion detection architecture. Distributed intrusion detection architecture. In this architecture we have agent module and manager module. Now we will see how the working will happen. So implementation for the distributed intrusion detection. So what is the implementation? See here, central manager, nothing but server. So from this server we can have questions. All the questions are called as queries, alerts. So query and response is nothing but questions and answers, alerts. So agent protocol mission, where agent module will be there. So by this we are sending the logic to the host mission. So it is bidirectional. Once the audit information is filtered, that filtered audit information is converted into logic and given to the agent protocol, from there to given to central manager. This is one way. So see, first the information is audited, filtered, converted to logic and given to, with modifications given to agent module, from there given to central manager in one direction. In other direction, from central manager we have the questions given to agent module. So modifications are done, template added, given to the host, filter applied, and audit is done. So it is bidirectional. So this is distributed intrusion detection architecture. We have agent module and manager module. How these modules will work we have seen in this diagram. Central manager can be a server, and by seeing the arrow marks, after audition, after filtering, after converting into logic, after modifications, after giving to agent module, we can give to central manager. So next one, what are the major issues we have in intrusion detection? So see, we don't know whether centralized or decentralized architecture is using. So we have the drawbacks in intrusion detection. So one drawback is auditing of data is one drawback, and we have to use centralized or decentralized architecture. That is one problem. See, in network you have access point and we have problem in integrity, confidentiality, authentication. So there are issues in intrusion detection techniques. We have issues. So what are the major issues in designing intrusion detection? First thing is we don't know whether we have to use centralized or decentralized thing. Next, we don't know whether the confidentiality is maintained or not. Then we don't know integrity and confidentiality of the data is maintained or not. So all these are the issues in intrusion detection. While we are doing intrusion detection, auditing a file is a problem, collection of data is a problem, storing of that data is a problem, analyzing that data is a problem, authentication, integrity, authorization, confidentiality, all these are maintained or not, that is a problem. And finally we have to use centralized or decentralized architecture, that is also a problem. So these are all the issues in intrusion detection. So what we can do to solve all these things? We can do password management, nothing but keeping secret. Password management is nothing but intruder can attack your password and username. So you have to encrypt the password also. Encryption of password. So what is the solution for all these things? Password management. Intruder anyhow will attack your password also. So what you want to do? You want to encrypt the password. How you can encrypt the password? Using multiple DES or using crypto hash functions. So the only solution is password management, nothing but hiding your password. Hiding your password means encryption of your password. You can encrypt your password using multiple DES or crypto hash functions. So only solution for intrusion detection and intruders are password management. So encrypting of your password, you can encrypt your password using multiple DES, data encryption standard, or using hash functions. So the next one, how you can manage your passwords. Everybody should be good enough education in precautions. Everybody should be educated good enough in countermeasures. Everybody should have different passwords, and you should make sure that you are not using default passwords. And finally, system should ensure that your password is good. So password should be more than 6 characters, using special characters, using numbers, using capital letters, all these things, or not using bad words. So managing passwords is nothing but one thing, encrypting your password using multiple DES or crypto hash functions. And second thing, system should verify whether the password is good enough or not. Means having good knowledge in taking precautions, having good knowledge in countermeasures, not using default passwords. And finally, password length with minimum 8 letters, using special characters, using capital letters. So that is one way. And one more thing, educate the people around you to use the right passwords, periodically changing your passwords and selecting different passwords. So these three also takes place major role in managing passwords. Educating people around you to change periodically their passwords, telling them countermeasures, giving them precautions, telling them to not to select default passwords, not to accept any password from others, or not to tell your passwords to other people. So all these. Yes. So intruders, by Anderson, types of intruders. Then intrusion techniques, password guessing and password capture. Then intrusion detection, 2 methods. For intrusion detection we have statistical anomaly detection, rule based detection. Then audit records is the solution for that. Then distributed intrusion architecture, implementation of distributed intrusion detection. What are the drawbacks, what are the issues in distributed intrusion detection? Then finally, password management, encrypting your password using multiple DES or crypto hash functions. Or then how you can manage your passwords by following some rules and by educating people to take countermeasures. And finally, changing your passwords periodically and not having the regular passwords. And finally, what is the proactive password checking means? See here, select your own password, change your password periodically, educate people around you for countermeasures, then encrypt your password, and finally allow system to verify your password. So system will check whether the password is genuine, whether the password is correct or not, and system will check whether all the requirements are met or not. And you can also use the algorithms like Markov model and Bloom filter. So you can use Bloom filter algorithm or Markov algorithm. Markov mode is one algorithm, Bloom filter is one algorithm where you can check whether your password is strong or not. So finally, proactive password checking means best password checking. How you can check? 2 ways. Whether you should be educated about passwords and taking countermeasures, or else you should allow your system to verify your password. How a system can verify? It will compare your password with the dictionary and find whether it is bad word or not. How a system can verify your password? Your system will compare your password with the dictionary and it will find whether it is a bad password or not. So you have the password with 8 characters. That 8 characters are matched with dictionary. So then your system will tell whether it is a bad password or good password. Or otherwise it will use the algorithm like Markov algorithm or Bloom filter to detect whether your password is good or poor. So password management means encryption of password using DES or crypto hash functions. Selecting the password based on the special characters, punctuations, numbers having more than 6 digits. Educating people around you or changing password periodically. Then finally, proactive password checking. See, allowing your system to check your password. System can do two things, whether comparing your password with dictionary and identifying whether it is good or bad, or else using some algorithms like Markov and Bloom filter to detect your password. So intruders, yes, in 6th unit we have the topic like system security. Under system security we have discussed what is malicious software, what is firewall and what is intruders. Intruders, division by Anderson into 3 types. Intrusion techniques, password guessing and password capture. Intrusion detection, 2 methods, statistical anomaly detection, rule based detection. Then audit record is the solution for that. Distributed intrusion architecture, implementation of distributed intrusion, advantages and disadvantages in distributed intrusion, password management, finally proactive checking. By this unit 6 completed. Thank you.